What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have my two kid books with me. And I don't want to call them kid books because they are literally for anyone and everyone. They help you understand emotions and feelings on a scale that is easily explained to a child, which I believe is the best form of explaining things. Because if you can explain it on a smaller scale, then a lot of times it applies to everything else and it just all clicks. This is for big people too, but it's the little book of big hearts and the little book of big emotions, and they're little stories to help you get through all the little feelings that you are feeling, big and small, and how to understand overwhelming emotion and how to express them and deal with them in a way that it's going to be conducive to a happier, healthier environment. I would be naive to say or teach my children that life is all butterfly and rainbows, right? Because there's times that feelings arise that we just genuinely do not understand. We might not understand why they're happening or why we feel this way, but we're human. And it's one of the gorgeous flaws that God created us, because without feeling, there's no passion, there's no drive to do things. It just kind of is, and we're in existence, which is also beautiful, but not as beautiful as having complete joy. But you wouldn't know joy without sorrow, and it's okay to feel both of those feelings, and it's just trying to navigate them and get through. So I kind of want to read a page, or maybe a page or a section. I want to read a section of each of these and see how that applies now, because that has been fun, opening up the book opening up and just reading it, and it's like, oh wow, that's really applicable to how I'm feeling or what's going on now. Okay, so we opened up to worry. Worry is when our mind keeps repeating itself. What if something bad happens? Sometimes worry keeps us safe. It's our brain trying to protect us. But too much worry feels like a fire alarm that goes off when there is no fire. We can learn to check whether the alarm system is real and turn down the volume when it isn't real. This is applicable. I told you something was going to be applicable here. This is applicable now because I used to worry about the future. I used to worry about what am I going to do? I used to worry about at the end of the day when I was done working or when I came home from work, like, what is life meant to be? What am I supposed to be doing? Where, you know what I mean? Like, there has to be a purpose greater than this. And I worried and I worried. I worried about a lot of things before, but now as I turned into God and I trust God, that worry has lifted. A lot of things I used to worry about before I started being a submissive housewife was that I have now lifted. Like, I don't have to worry about where the next meal is coming from. All of these things are because I've learned to trust God. So that is they learn to trust yourself, but that kids are the closest thing to God. And as long as we protect their spirits, they will continue to be that way. That is very applicable into this time frame that I can safely say that I've learned to let go of worry. And it's so good that I can realize that now. So when reading these books to my kids and teaching my kids these lessons, it doesn't feel hypocritical. It doesn't feel like, oh, these are facts that I know, but now these are things that I truly understand and I feel. Because there's nothing worse than learning from a teacher who doesn't really truly understand what it is that they're teaching. They know the fact, but when you ask them a deep felt question, they don't know. And it's like, okay, so why should I believe you if you don't feel what I'm feeling or you can't understand what I'm understanding, especially at such a young age? And that's where I lost faith at, was because nobody could answer and feel what I felt. And it kind of made me feel exiled, but that's not about me. So anyways, back to the point, yapping jabberjaws. These two books, not only for little people, but for big people alike. Easy read, so very quick. As you see, they're thin. Easy read if you would like to read them yourself. If you need to help protect the little inner child in you, because we all have that person that's dying to come out. They say that now that we're adults, it's just us relearning how to be kids. And part of that is healing what wasn't taught to you before. Check me out. Link is in the bio. Yeah. Anyways, I can't stop. I won't stop. With that being said, I love you all. God loves you. Peace.